All right, let's talk about the night before everything happened, okay? So we're going to talk about October 28th of 2022. Do you remember anything about that day?
Yes.
All right, what do you remember?
So that day, well, it was at night when everything started getting intense for me. It was, Isaac had straight up asked me, do you want to kill Grace? And I said yes, not realizing what he was about to do was bring her to the house. So I went to the park, told them to meet me there, and we'd just get it over with. By it, I mean the murder. I'd get it over with so he would stop being so pushy. And then he changed the plan completely.
Let's talk about this first part, and then we'll go on in a minute.
Okay.
Where were you when Isaac said, do you want to kill Grace?
I was in my room,
And what do you mean by your room?
the garage.
Garage. Okay. And after he asked, do you want to kill Grace, what did you say?
I said, duh.
Right.
All I said was, duh.
And what happened next?
He told me that he's going to bring her over. I said, no, that's not a good idea. You know what I feel, how I feel about this. And then he started saying, well, you could rank up and ghost and all kinds of stuff.
So you told him you did not want Grace to come over after all?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I said.
And then you said you went to the park to get it over with?
Yeah.
What were you wearing when you went to the park?
I was wearing LARP clothing, which was like armor and a cloak.
Were you carrying anything with you?
I had my sword with me and a few knives.
Did you have any electronics with you?
My phone.
And what was your plan once you got to the park in terms of if Grace had come to the park?
If she had actually gone to the park, I would have just attacked her, was my plan. And then, well, first we were going to try and take her to the tunnel system, but try and convince her. Oh, I hate thinking about it.
Let me stop you there. What do you mean that you were going to take her to a tunnel system?
There's just a bunch of tunnels around my house.
What do you mean?
They're like drain tunnels.
Like storm drains?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you said that, or did you actually make it to the park?
I made it to the park. They did not.
You stated that Isaac changed the plan. What changed?
He texted me saying, let's just come back to the house. We'll figure it out from there.
Did you go back to the house?
I did.
And when you walked, did you walk into the garage?
Yes.
When you walked into the garage, what did you see?
I saw Grace sitting on my bed.
Okay. How'd that make you feel?
A lot of anger all at once. And Isaac was just doing his thing.
What do you mean by that?
He was like sitting there acting like it was nothing.
Okay. What happened next?
They started smoking weed and I was drinking a little bit. And throughout the night, it was just, my anger kept growing.
At some point in this early part of the night, not the next day, did Isaac leave?
Yes.
Okay. And how was it when it was just you and Grace in the garage?
At that point, I started feeling really bad for her because she had just gone through a breakup herself.
Okay.
That's why she needed a place to stay that night. And I did try to set my feelings aside and just be somewhat supportive. It was really hard, but I tried.
Did Isaac come back?
He did.
Okay. After Isaac came back, how did the rest of the evening go in terms of how everyone interacted?
Well, Grace started trying to sleep. I don't know if she actually ended up sleeping or not, but she was acting like she was. Isaac was at the foot of the bed, and I was in Isaac's usual spot, which is on the left side of the bed.
Okay. When you say Isaac was at the foot of the bed, what do you mean?
I mean, he was, so Grace was in my spot on the right side of the bed. I was on the left, just laying down. And Isaac was laying at the foot of the bed where, horizontally in perspective.
Okay. And when you say the right versus the left side of the bed, which side of the bed would be the side that had the refrigerator next to it? Do you recall a
That
small?
would be the left side.
The left side. And is that the side you were laying on?
Yes.
Okay. And so the side closer to the large garage door would be the right side?
Yes.
Okay. And who was laying there?
Grace.
How did it feel having Grace in your spot?
I did not like it. Very much did not like that.
Okay. So while Grace was either sleeping or maybe not sleeping, and you were all three in the bed, what were you and Isaac doing as the night went on?
We were texting and trying to figure out what to do. And he kept handing me knives and stuff too, and I couldn't pull myself to actually do it at that time.
Kiara, were you dragging a dagger or a knife across Isaac's face at any point?
No.
Were you poking Isaac in the back with a knife or a dagger at any point?
No.
Kiara, what, if anything, were you doing with a dagger or a knife as it relates to Isaac's back that night?
Nothing. I was kicking him, but that's it.
Okay. And when you were communicating with Isaac, while you guys were both in the bed, I think you just said texting, what device or devices were you using?
I was using my phone.
Did you use any other device or devices that evening?
Just the TV.
Okay. For purposes of communication, what, if any, devices did you use?
Just my phone.
You stated that Isaac handed you a dagger or knives. Is that what you stated?
Yes.
Do you recall kind of where in the evening that started to happen?
That was after Grace had seemed to have fallen asleep. But I do remember holding the dagger above her, and he put his hand on the pommel of the back of the knife and tried to push it, but I jerked back.
Why?
It didn't feel like it was right.
We've seen the messages between you and Isaac. Do you recall messaging back and forth?
Yes.
Okay. Did you use Isaac's phone at what, if any, action did you take using Isaac's phone throughout the course of the evening?
I didn't use his phone at all.
Okay. What, if any, action did you take using a cell phone that was on the refrigerator next to the bed?
I didn't use that either. I honestly forgot that was there.
Do you recall what your Facebook username or handle was?
Froggy with 3 G's and an IE and McCulley.
Do you recall what Isaac's Facebook username was?
I believe it was null void.
There's a portion in the night where you send probably about 100 times like a little dog or corgi or sticker or cartoon. Do you recall doing that?
Yeah, I was trying to annoy him,
Okay.
get his attention.
What, if any, conversation do you recall having about cleaning up a mess?
I remember some of it.
Okay. What mess would you be planning to clean up?
Grace's death.
Did your sword have a name?
Yes.
What was it?
Zira.
Can you spell that?
How did I spell it? I don't think I remember how I spelled it.
Okay, but it was Zira?
Yeah.
So you said that at one point you had the dagger up and Isaac was pushing on it behind your hand?
Yes.
Okay. Why not just kill her then?
I couldn't bring myself to do it at that point.
What do you recall about what Isaac was telling you throughout the night?
Could I get some water?
Yes.
Sorry.
Take just a second.
Thank you. He was telling me a lot of, like, one that I remember him telling me is dull cuts like butter. That is something I remember him telling me because the dagger wasn't very sharp. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll wait.
What, if any, messages do you recall as it relates to Ghost and murdering Grace from that evening?
He mentioned some place called the barn. Said, well, if you don't do it now, we'll do it there. And I don't know what exactly he was talking about.
Had you ever been to the barn with him?
No.
Did you have a butterfly knife with you that night?
Not that night, no.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
I had one at one point, but I lost it
When did you lose it?
about a week prior.
Let's talk about the sword for a moment, okay? What do you recall about the sword?
It was extremely sharp. And it was a beautiful sword. If you look at it in the view of art, that's how I like to view it. It was art. That
During the night, as you and Isaac are messaging, where was the sword?
it was on the floor next to the door, just to the right of the door.
Okay. So I guess I should ask you this. When you came in from being at the park, you stated that you had some armor and the sword with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you do with the sword when you walked into the garage after being at the park?
I took it off my belt and set it down. I set it right next to me, which was right to the left of the door,
Okay.
right next to a bunch of cubbies.
Okay. And what did you do with your armor?
I just took it off and set it there.
Do you recall what you were wearing other than the armor?
Yeah, it was a blue sweater and pleather pants.
Pleather, like fake leather?
Yes.
All right. So throughout the night, as you and Isaac are messaging, did the sword stay in that same spot where you had put it down when you'd come in from the park?
Yes.
Where was the dagger throughout the night?
Multiple different places. At one point, he was holding onto it. At one point, it was next to me on the floor. And then there were a couple points where it was on our hands, and we're trying to figure out what to do.
How much sleep did you get that night?
None.
Why?
At the time when I fell asleep angry, Isaac always told me that I was grumpy. He didn't like how I would act, so I wouldn't sleep when I was angry. And I was awake for a very long time.
I want to go now to the mid-morning hours, okay? Did you and Isaac make a plan referred to as Operation Fake Kickout?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us about that?
I was pretending to kick Isaac out so I could get Grace to leave, because I was trying to back out.
Okay.
Like,
And do you recall the final messages Isaac sent to you before everything happened?
not completely, but I do remember him saying that she had admitted to doing something to him.
What did you take him saying she admitted to doing something? What did you think that was referring to?
I was referring to that's what I thought it was meaning.
How'd that make you feel to hear Isaac, or to see Isaac message that Grace had admitted it to him?
I was hurt, I was angry, I had so many mixed emotions. It's like, to the point I actually cried a little bit.
Once Isaac sent you that message or those final messages, what happened next?
We were getting up and like trying to just act like everything was normal for a moment.
Where was Grace at this point?
She was sitting next to Isaac at the foot of the bed.
Okay. Where were you?
I was standing in front of them,
When you say standing in front of them, what would have been, say, to your back?
the door, the front door.
What happened next?
Isaac handed me the sword.
Okay. What did you take that to mean?
And it's time to do it, and I had no choice.
At that point, how were you feeling emotionally?
Overwhelmed.
What happened next?
He told me he would hurt my mom if I didn't do it. Because I was standing there like, what the fuck are you trying to make me do?
Okay. Then what happened?
Then Grace started laughing at me like it was some big joke.
How'd that make you feel?
It brought all of my anger out in one spot.
What happened next?
And I closed my eyes and swung the sword.
When you made that first swing, where was Isaac?
He was right next to her, on her right.
When you swung the first time, what did Isaac do?
And he got up and he started saying, "Come on, finish it, finish it, finish it." And then he ended up leaving for a little bit, and I did. I finished the job, as he would reference it. And then he came back, told me, "Go take a shower."
Let me stop you there.
Sorry.
While you were murdering Grace, were you saying anything to Grace that you recall?
Just say, "I'm sorry." I just kept telling her, "Please just apologize and I'll let you go."
Where on the bed or in the room did Grace die?
She was on the bed.
You stated that Isaac then came back?
Yes.
Where were you in the garage when Isaac came back?
I was standing next to the door.
And where was the sword?
It was on the bed at the time.
What, if anything, did Isaac say when he came back?
He told me to go take a shower.
Did you?
Yes.
All right. How long do you think it took you to shower?
About 15 minutes.
When you came back, or after you left the shower, what did you do?
I got dressed, grabbed a couple towels, and started heading towards the garage. Because Isaac had told me that he was going to clean it up.
What was your plan for once you got to the garage?
I was just going to give him a hand.
When you got to the garage, what did you observe?
I saw her body on the floor, the sword on the table, and I freaked out.
Okay. What did you do?
I locked the door, ran back into the house, and the main house, and realized what had just happened.
When you were exiting the garage and headed into the main house, did you see anyone?
I heard the cops.
Was Isaac present at any point from when you, or well, let me ask this, when was the last time you saw Isaac?
When he came to tell me to take a shower.
When you went back to the garage, where was Grace?
She was on the floor.
Is that where you had left her?
She was on the bed when I left.
Do you remember any injuries to your hand or hands?
I got a couple cuts on my hands from the sword.